All right, guys, you wouldn't believe it. I have Mr. Sholdon Daniels here with me. He is running against Miss Jasmine Crockett.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to give us the rundown of why we should elect him. He's running for U.S. representative. And Mr. Sholdon, let us know, first off, why do you feel that you would be the better candidate over Miss Crockett?
That's a really good question. So, I'm not a career politician. I'm a small business owner. I'm a dad. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and I'm a husband, a family man. And Jasmine Crockett is a social media politician. And the difference between she and I, we're both attorneys. She's maybe 3 years older than me, so we're really close in age. But the difference between she and I is clear. She chases headlines, and I uncover solutions.
Wow, I love that, definitely. So you feel like she's more of, put me in front of the camera and let me show out versus really getting down to business.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, so the people in our district liken her to how they describe her to me is that she's a female Al Sharpton, right? And so, no, I'm sorry, Al Sharpton, this isn't coming from me, but this is the people of TX30, that's how they feel about Jasmine. It's clear that she is very, very concerned with how much money she makes. That is first and foremost. And then she is beholden to the insiders in Washington, D.C. and prioritizes their wants and needs over the wants and needs of the people of TX30. For example, right, Jasmine Crockett rubber stamped all of the Biden administration's just endless money foreign policy, where he sent over $175 billion over to Ukraine in a war that we had no idea when it was going to end. And so it took a strong leader like President Trump to get into office. To now we're to the point where this war is about to come to an end. And, Jasmine Crockett's got egg on her face.
Yes. Now, she's an extreme leftist is what I would call it. Very extreme. What are some of the differences between you and Ms. Crockett, would you say, that stands out the most? And what do you also disagree with? So
Jasmine Crockett is all performative politics, and what I mean by that is you get no real effective policy that's going to make your life any better. The only bill that Jasmine actually authored since she's been on Capitol Hill was a bill that pit out-of-state workers against the very people in our district. She made a bill that says, hey, if you own a business in our district or in Texas, if you hire somebody who's not from here over somebody who's actually from here, we'll give you tax breaks. That is so not common sense, and that is so harmful to the hardworking people of TX30. The hardworking families and small businesses are the backbone of our district, and she just does not represent them at all. And that's the difference between she and I. Another difference is, I'm a family man. I have a daughter. I have another daughter on the way, and I care about protecting them. I care about their future. When she was given an opportunity to vote on a bill that would have kept biological males out of young girls' locker rooms and bathrooms, she voted against it. When she was given an opportunity to deport convicted murderers, rapists, and child abusers who also came here illegally, she voted against that too. And, she tries to pretend like she's from the bottom and she understands the struggle when, in reality, the facts show that Jasmine comes from high privilege in Missouri. A lot of money, a lot of wealth, and, you hear her talking about $5,000 like it's nothing, right? Yes. That, for someone to be that insensitive to the struggle, 17% of the people in our district live beneath the poverty line, which is higher than the national average of 12.5%. The majority of those people in our district that live beneath the poverty line are single moms aged 19 to 44 who are raising sons by themselves, and their sons are aged 6 to 11. The majority of the people living underneath the poverty line in our district. So while she's up there with her $5,000 bags and her $2,000 wig and her $200 eyelashes and her $400 set of nails, talking about $5,000 isn't that much, I'll tell you what, I've been a lawyer 11 years and I work really hard. $5,000 is a lot of money.
Yes. And also, I do want to touch on, she speaks on white supremacy a lot.
Yeah.
What is her obsession with that? And do you see that in the White House often? Do you feel like she's accurate on her beliefs with the white supremacists and what they're trying to do to us as black people?
Jasmine is a racist.
Wow.
Jasmine hates America. She just said earlier today on a podcast that she's actually rooting for Mexico and Canada versus us, okay? Why are you on Capitol Hill, Jasmine? you should get a YouTube channel or open a beauty salon, and you can spew all that divisive racism there, not on Capitol Hill, because, you know, unlike Jasmine, I actually love America. I'm very proud to be an American, and I recognize, you know, that we have a troubled history. Our people, we have a troubled history with this country, but we're to a point, it's 2025, and we're to the point now where we have an opportunity to actually make real change and progress, and that's what I'm focused on. So I'm a bridge builder. I definitely have no respect for anybody who hates anybody because of the color of their skin. But there's way more people in Washington, especially in this Trump administration, that are open to working with anybody who loves America. And so I don't buy this narrative that she keeps pushing, that Trump is a white supremacist. You know, there's a reason why Trump had to field that question, are you gonna run for office? Are you gonna run for office? Are you gonna run for office? All through the 90s and 2000s. And it's because we loved Trump and we expected him to run, we wanted him to run, and we wanted him to answer that question every time the general came around. But as soon as he puts forth, you know, a significant effort to run for the presidency, all of a sudden the Democrats want to label him as a racist, right? And not only that, they take our vote, and by our, I mean the black community's vote, for granted. And so my district is 40% black. The rest are Spanish-speaking peoples and white people. Everybody's hardworking people. But Jasmine only panders to a really small sliver of the people in our district. And what's crazy is most of those people don't even get up and come out and vote, right? They just get on social media and talk a bunch of junk.
Right. Awesome. Well, when can the people vote for you? When is election?
So our election is 2 years away, but since we're going against the Democrats, essentially their star player,
you're preparing.
You know, yeah. So we're mounting a 2-year-long campaign against her, and you know it's going to be unstoppable because, you know, if you meet Jasmine in person, you will understand why everybody's going to choose me over her.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniels. And I do hope that you win.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.